Welcome back to Gardener's Plot. So today I'll give you an update on the garden while I've been away. Spring has definitely arrived. Lots of plants everywhere. Everything's all nice and green and growing, which is really good. Pond is doing really well. Actually got some new friends for the pond, so I'll show you them at the end of the episode. A few things have done well. A few things haven't done so well. So while we were away, there was some really hot weather, so unfortunately we did lose a few seedlings. Our house sitter did try her best, but unfortunately we did lose a few. So I'll give you an update on those, and also the garden. I've got loads to do, lots and lots to do. So I'm going to try and crack on with some of those. I'm also going to try and release a few, possibly one or two videos during the week as well now, so I might do like a little workshop Wednesday. So that's me. I'll try and do something that I'm doing in the garden, so you can have a look at that. If it's planting some seeds, doing garden maintenance, doing weeding. So I know I might do a little video during the week, so the ones on the Saturdays aren't so long. So yes, lots to do today. Trying to catch up on. Gonna have a new greenhouse soon. My niece moved into a new house and they've got a greenhouse, which I'm not going to use, so I'm going to have that. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Try and dismantle a new greenhouse. Also got some woodwork coming as well. Some new, some frames. Not some frames, an archway and a seat bench as well. And also some mesh panels as well. For like a dog run or chicken run or rabbit run or something run. So I need to work out where I'm going to put that. So yes, lovely beautiful day today. Beautiful day today. So I'm going to go enjoy the sunshine, do some gardening and give you an update on the garden. Yeah. Catch you in a bit. So these are some of the seedlings that perished, unfortunately, in the hot weather. So we lost the cucumbers, the aubergines, some of the lettuces and stuff like that. I did try and see if they'd resurrect, but unfortunately nothing's happened yet. And sad news, little Crystal and little Emily also perished in the heat. But hopefully I can plant some more now that I'm here, and I might actually try and build irrigation system as well, so I might do that on a workshop Wednesday. How to do a homemade water irrigation, so at least this way if I do go away again, it's easier for someone to water them. But these guys, there was a few shoots and they perished, but I've given them a really good soaking and a few things have started to come back. So rocket's starting to grow. Basil, we've got a few shoots coming up there. Same with the mustard. Still no peppers, but again, I watered all these last night and it's getting so warm that they're just drying out, so I need to try and build an irrigation system for these guys. Sweet corn's doing alright. A few grass seeds in there, but they're nice and coming on alright. So hopefully they'll do okay. I think that's a bit of grass. Get rid of you. Right here. Unfortunately, I don't know if it was grass and what's corn, but I think I've got those bits. So there you go. There's the corn coming up. Tomatoes are still doing alright, so again I need to give those a good water. It's so hot at the moment, so I do need to rearrange the greenhouse. Do lots of weeding in here and sort it out, but as I said, I'm getting a new one, so I need to work out what I'm going to do with all that. Little flower seedlings are starting to come up. Apparently there was a slight accident, two of the tubs fell off, so hopefully they should be right. Chilies still need a bit, everything does need water, so but it's still a bit too hot for me to water them at the moment. Still no signs of chilies, but we'll see what happens with those. So unfortunately I think these trays fell down. Sorry, it's a bit, the light's a bit thingy now, but there are a few seedlings coming up. So yeah, that's how these progress. There are a few coming up, so try and keep these. See, it's just everything's drying out so quick. So if you've got any, if you want to comment, try and give me some tips how to really keep them wet and moist and in this hot weather, be greatly appreciated. But our squashes have flourished. We've got some of the Big Macs ones. I think these are courgettes, so they're coming on nicely. And then these were ornamental ones, so we'll leave them in here. They're doing well, so then we'll check on that one. So that's greenhouse part 1 update done. Let's go to the other one. Update on the peas. So they're still struggling on, but the slugs have annihilated them. So I'm going to do a bit of weeding, add a bit more compost into these guys today, give it a little love and tender care. Might move them out somewhere as well, because I did put them in under a little bit of protection, but so they're still struggling on. They're still growing, but slugs everywhere. So I need to redo all the slug traps as well today. There you go. So lost the carrots, unfortunately, during the weather. But everything else seemed to be okay. So I might leave this open a little bit today, get some air circulating in there, give these all really good water, but see what happens with these guys. There's a few shoots down here. Slugs have had a few. They seem to get everywhere, the slugs. So hopefully we've not lost everything, but there's still a few things coming up, but I can still plant out quite a lot this month, so not everything's lost. So yeah, update on those. Compost bin has currently got some house guests. You might see some little dents in there. There's a family of mice living in there. I did manage to get a video of them the other day. I had to move quite quickly, open up the lid, and you just see them running away. So that's why it's quite a fast opening, because otherwise they will run away. Got my little squashes. Little babies. God, my greenhouse is a state. It all goes to pot when you go away on holiday, doesn't it? Herb garden. Or lack of herbs, I should say. Very good. I might put some compost on that today. Sorry, you can just see my shadow. Still got water provided for the bees. I try and fill it up every morning, so at least they've got a little stop off. But I think a shopping trip is in order to get some more plants. I think I might buy some outdoor herbs and get them on in there. Garlic's still doing alright though. I did plant some garlic in there, so that could be due. I think that's due to harvest soon. When the animals out frolicking, it's Boston. Oh. Girls are enjoying being out. They haven't been out for a while. More than a day. Update over here. Broccoli's doing amazing. Sprouts are coming up as well. So they're doing alright. The kale, not too bad. Everyone looks a little bit battered and bruised over here, but apart from the broccoli, I don't think this looks like broccoli. Who knew? But that gives me a bit of space to grow some more kale in there, so I can start moving things out. Beans, runner and broad beans. Like with the peas, a bit battered and bruised, but they seem to be still going strong. So we're not gonna. I think there's ants on this one, so I need to try and sort these out today. But no, they're doing alright. So that's pretty much it for the veg. Let's go check up on the wildlife garden. So the wildlife garden is gone a bit crazy since we've been away. Meadows, the wild meadows looking alright. Might get some more flower seeds and sprinkle them out. Try and get a few more flowers coming up through there. Lots of dandelions, unfortunately, but I do go through and grab as many as I can and give them to the rabbits. Lots of insects there, which is always good. So I do need to do a bit of work over here as well today, so I might tidy this bed up a little bit. I know it's a wild garden, but I think a few things have taken a little bit too much, so we'll take a few things back. The plant Rachel gave us, seems to be doing alright, it's not too bad. Sedums are still in there somewhere, so I need to pull some of those weeds up, I think. Give them to the rabbits, so I need to give this a bit of a tidy. Ace is up though, it's good, just ace. Alliums have finally appeared. I think these are my new favourite flower. Absolutely love them. I've been waiting ages for these little guys to come up. I say little. But again, there's lots of weeds in here, so I might just go through this bed today and clear some of those. But all the alliums are coming up. I think they're absolutely beautiful. So that's them. This part of the veg plot needs a good seeing to as well. Potatoes seem to be doing alright, which is good. Rhubarb's gone because I've harvested that. So hopefully just get some new shoots coming up. I might even force it. So when you force rhubarb, you put something like a barrel or something over it into some darkness, and it sort of forces it to send shoots up. Gooseberry is doing alright. Haven't seen any flowers or any berries on it this year, but it could do with getting a bit bigger. It's got a nice rhubarb companion for some reason. There's not rhubarb, raspberry. This raspberry seems to be coming out everywhere. Red currant and black currant. So we've actually got some berries on the black currant now. I apologise for my phone, I can barely see the screen because of the light. That raspberry's doing alright. I need to go through these guys. I think I've lost a few, and I need to sort this patch out, so I might do that today as well. But I've got lots to do today. So I might sort this bed out, might even move them out a little bit and then rejig it, get all the weeds out, might even put some cardboard down and move the beetroot and the onions just out temporarily and put them back in. But with spring comes the pests, so we've got bindweed at the moment, bindweed everywhere in this garden. But a trick is, if you put a bamboo cane next to it, it tends to grow up the bamboo cane rather than across, so then it's easier to pull out then. See that? Oh, the roots come off that, but I'll dig that out anyway. So I'm going to give this a really good going over, reorganise it, because it's gone a bit crazy since I've left it. There we go. Update on this section. Oh, got so much to do. But that's what the garden's for, to keep me occupied. So pond, it's gone absolutely crazy, which is good. I need to move those log piles back up. 2 seconds. Boston, leave. I think there might be possibly a cat. Autumn Falcon's getting involved as well. What was it? I think there's mice in the lean-to because of Raja's cage. I think there's a cat that hunts them behind the lean-to, so I think the dogs have just spotted her. Alright, that's enough. Leave. Sorry, I was being a bit of a fish wife then. So yes, back to the pond. Where was I? Yes, pond's looking great. Let's come back to life. This climb is alive. So hopefully this will start spreading across the aviary soon. So we'll have a nice little walkway. This weed is everywhere, but it does add green to the garden, so it offers lots of cover for the little insects and things. So yeah, Saskatoon's coming back to life. I do need to plant some stinger nettles in here. Sounds stupid, but I want to plant weed. But stinger nettles are really good for butterflies. So I want to put them over in the corner so they get a nice bit of sun. And hopefully spread over in that patch. And then create a nice environment for butterflies and caterpillars. And hopefully they go there rather than my veg. So it's all about working in harmony. This climber's coming up as well, so like I said, the plan is to have a nice covered archway. Pond. So all the new sticker backs I've put in have all settled in nicely. They'll probably breed as well, so I'll probably get some more fry this year. I don't know if you can see them, swimming about. Like I said, I got some new residents to put in here later on, so I'll show you that at the end of the video. Oh, we have another frog. Where is he? Just see his head by that rock. That's good to know. Fortunately, we lost the other froggy. But if you follow me on Instagram and the Facebook page, you will have seen actually I did find him again. So what I did is when I did find him dead, I just popped him in the garden so you can go back into the garden. And I found a skeleton the other day, so that's pretty cool. So if you check out the Instagram and the Facebook page, you should be able to see a picture of that. But it's coming back to life. The ferns have just gone absolutely nuts. What we like to see. So it's all nice and lush over here. They're all coming back. Buddleia, still being the buddleia. But we've got fruit on the trees as well now. Starting to come up. So we did have lots of cherries last year. So it looks like we have another bumper crop. I need to trim that bramble back as well, because that seems to get really long. And this year we had flowers on the apple tree for the first time. So hopefully we should have a little bit of fruit of this guy this year. So yeah, this still needs a bit of work. I don't know where Saskia is. Let's see if she'll come out. Sas! She might come out later. But you see that little sparrow? The birds absolutely love this pond. You come up and there's birds everywhere. So but everything's coming out nicely. But I just need to give everything a little bit of a trim, a little bit of a tidy, so they know their place a little bit. Otherwise it's just going to get crazy and I'm not going to be able to get up here. There you go. Pretty much update on the garden. So yeah, I will show you something else. Alright, you come on a journey with me. Oh, honeysuckles really come out now. So hopefully we should have a few more hawk moss this year. I swear the one last year was like the size of an eagle. That's what I'm like. Oh, the girls are having a dust bath. So that's not rubbish. That was paper that was on the fire pit. So I just put that straight back into the garden. That'll help go back into the soil. So the girls like a nice dust bath. So my neighbour was actually chucking these out. So I took them. I did ask permission first if she was just double checking. But I think they were some sort of water feature. But I'm going to turn them into planters. I don't know what I'm going to plant in them yet. If you want to suggest a few things, let's see what I can do. But those will probably end up when we redig this part, like gravel it and make it a bit more entertaining space. Sparrows everywhere. Boston's favourite thing in the day is just to chase all the birds away. I don't think he spotted that one. That's his favourite space. So he's got a little bed underneath his bush. And that's his little bush. So there you go. Update on the garden. Pretty much. But everything's come back to life. So today I'm just going to try and tidy as much as I possibly can. Get a bit of weeding done. So I'll probably put those on during the week. Like I said, I might do a workshop Wednesday, because otherwise this video is going to be like an hour long. So yeah, I'll try and I'll probably do a little bit of footage of me just tidying around and stuff, potting around. So you actually see me doing some work. But like I said, look out for a new video on Wednesdays. I'm going to call it Workshop Wednesday, so it'll be me either planting something or doing something in the garden, like fixing that. So hopefully they won't be longer than 10 minutes. There you go. Update on the garden. Get back on if they could. There he is. I can barely see anything on this camera. I do apologise. Anyway, there we go. Gardiner's plot, and another little sparrow. So that's the jar for the weeds taken out to give these a bit of space. Looks like a bomb's hit it, but so I've just given everyone a little bit more light going on there. I've left it overgrown on the other side. Obviously that's wildlife pond, so I want as much cover, ground cover as possible for various things. Taking up all these grasses. I still don't know what I'm going to do for here. I might have ornamental grasses. Or might even put a bird table there, because nothing really grows there, so I might put a bird table there, so any seeds will fall down and then it'll just, they grow. But just give it a little bit of a trim, so although there's still some in there, I don't mind if they grow back, but at least this gives the other ones a little bit of space. But as this is a wild garden, I'm not too fussy. Don't know what that is, but it can stay. They'll offer, if it's got flowers, they'll offer nectar to something. And to remove one of the alliums, notice that a slug had eaten a little bit into it, so as soon as I touched it, it fell over. So I removed that, but I'm still going to leave the majority of all that wild because it just gives a lot of cover for insects, amphibians, reptiles. So I'm leaving that. Alright, so that's a bit of the weeding done. Oh, when I'm here, giving this a top up of compost, so hopefully it might come back to life a little bit more better. There's one or two still struggling on, so I'll give it really good water, and we'll see how they get on. I do need to tidy this. Might be my job for Wednesday. Might do my video on this Wednesday about tidying up the greenhouse and where I'm going to put the greenhouse. There you go, that's what I'll do. That's Wednesday. So look out for Wednesday's video. Right. Let's show you the new... Actually, I might chuck this in for the chickens and rabbits to eat. So they'll enjoy all this, all the weeds and stuff. They'll munch that on. And then they'll see that will then go into compost afterwards. So right, let's introduce you to the new residents of Gardiner's plot. So, time to introduce you to the new residents. So don't worry, I didn't just go and steal these from somewhere. I have a friend whose parents, their basement always gets newts and toads in there, and they sort of go in and then can't get back out again. So these guys are little rescues. So if you do find newts and amphibians or anything like that in your garden or out in the wild, do not touch them, leave them be. Also, if they need rescuing, try and rescue them. So with amphibians, they have sort of like a membrane over the entire body. So if you was to touch them, you could tear that, and then that allows infection to go in. So you don't want to do that. So always wear gloves as well, because sometimes the toxins in your hand, even if your hand's going to be clean, there will be still some sort of residue of a toxin on your hand which can pass through their skin. Unfortunately, that will kill them. So the trick is always to wear a glove if you have, and always have wet gloves as well. So if you've got a dry hand, it's more than likely to tear their membrane. So always make sure you've got a nice wet hand. So I'll show you some of the new residents. There is. There you go. You see him? The little newtie. So, like I said, these guys are rescues, so I've not gone out and stolen them from the wild. But, steady buddy. Oh, steady. So I'm going to release these guys into the pond. I'll show you a video of them going in. So yeah, the new residents of the pond. Let's join Mr. Froggy. Hey, Mr. Newty. So we're going to pop him in the water, and they can then find their own way out. We have got 3. I think it might be 2 males and a female, but I'm not entirely sure. So they're not in breeding season at the moment, but hopefully they should do alright in the pond. There's lots of food and everything in there for them. Actually, 2 of them are a little bit skinny, where they were trapped in the basement. We have got one little fatty. So like I said, there's going to be lots of food and everything in here for them. Hopefully they should. Go on then, little buddy. There we go. So hopefully they'll do well in the pond. Wonder next year we might even get, if they stay here over winter, we might even get some tadpoles next year. So yeah, new residents of Gardiner's Block. Don't know if you can make it out, but just above the surface of the pond, lots of flying insects. So these guys possibly might be mosquitoes, I'm not sure, but they will lay their larvae in the pond. And then that's where they'll hatch out and become more mosquitoes. So when they lie their eggs in there and they hatch out, it's great food for the stickleback. So that's why the stickleback's been put in the pond, so they'll hopefully help keep down that population of mosquitoes. But having this surface of water, you can have lots of flying insects, so that will bring in more predators. Sort of like bats will hunt off the surface of the water as well and take off any flying insects out around the pond. So that's why that's why a pond is really good for a wildlife garden, because it brings in so many different insects and life and creates a whole food chain. Oh, there's Mr. Newty swimming. So I've placed them in the water rather than the brush, at least because it's a little bit warm today. They've got they won't be too hot. But there's lots and nooks and crannies, and this is why there's so much vegetation around to help the little guys keep moist and damp, and places for them to hunt and things like that. There you go. So that's it for this episode. Still need got lots to do, but I won't bore you with that. This was mainly just about an update in the garden and introducing to the new guys, the little newts. So look out for workshop Wednesdays. My videos on a Wednesday. It'll probably be evening time that I post it. Like, comment, share. Don't forget to subscribe and press notifications. I want to say thank you to George to help rescuing the newts. So yes, lots still to do. But again, let me know what you want to see in future videos. If I'm boring you, if you want to see anything else. I do plan on trying to do a few wildlife special videos as well, sort of how to encourage more wildlife into your garden, bug hotels and stuff like that. So I may get my bug friend Lou come in to help, give a bit more advice and stuff like that. I might get a few other guests on. Let me know what you want to see again. So I'm going to try and crack on, get as much done as possible. Might have to start doing evenings as well. I've normally saved it all up for weekends, but it's getting a little bit too much, so I might start doing a few things on the evening and filming them and showing you in future videos. So I might do sort of like an update once a month rather than every Saturday. I might give it like a little update, but I'll do like one big massive update once a month. So yes, look out for that. So yeah, I'm going to crack on. Busy. Yeah, thank you again for watching. And I'll see you all next time. Doodle bit. I'm finished the rest of my cold coffee. Bye. Sus, I can see your bum bum. Yeah, little boobies.